Right, come out to an explorer, an area that I haven't really done much exploring in before, so I will come and check this. But, also scouting it out to see whether it needs a litter pick or not. And so far, it actually looks very clean, which is good. It's exactly what we need it to be. Yeah, so I'll continue down this way. I can hear some construction off to my side. Just going to walk up around this way. There is a kids' playground up here, but I don't think there's any kids in it. So that is good. So we'll continue along this way. So looking for somewhere different to go for a walk. I did Shoaldice Park again yesterday. Did another litter pick down in Shoaldice. Oh my goodness. Yes, that area definitely needs more litter picking, that's for sure. I did a whole bunch of bucketfuls out of there yesterday. That was good. Oh, we'll get some good tree roots in there. Right, so let's head down through here. There's all kinds of pathways down through here. Not sure the total lay of the land. I can see, I see water. Now I know exactly where I am. Perfect. Right. Let's just have a quick look down here. And then I will follow the official path along. Oh, I know where that is. Yes, yes, yes. I know exactly where that is. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Right. Let's follow the correct path along. And we've got a split in the path here, so I will head off this way. That path looks like it just goes back to where I started. So let me go this way, see what we got. Yes, very steep bank. Oh, I see. Yes, so in answer to the question, can you get out onto the gravel bar? Yes, you can, as long as the river's down and you want to go down a very steep hill. You could actually get down that way, down to the creek. Yeah. Yes, years and years ago, on the other side there used to be a crossing where you could go across the railway. And there was a tiny little pathway and parking area there, and you used to come there, very popular. And then unfortunately they expanded the roads up round that way, and they closed off the rail crossing, so it made it impossible to get through there in the end. So, looking at the amount of beaver fence we have up in here, I think we have quite lots of beavers and that up in here. So I will continue along this way, as it seems to be a very pleasant walk, and see where it goes. No clue where it goes, other than this way. Yeah. Lots of pathways through here. Not sure what is official path and what isn't. That I'm not sure. Oh, okay, yeah, well, I can get back that way. That's cool. And a bridge. Nice. Oh, two bridges. We have an upper bridge and a lower bridge. Nice. I suspect that was the original bridge. Okay, that's not badly made. Whoever made that, that's pretty good. Excellent. Now, choice. We have that way or that way. And since I don't know the area very well, I will pick one and then come back on the other one. Makes sense? Yeah. Right, let's see where this goes. Recently, Dave Crooks, who does a lot of the running and what have you in that area for marathon training, came up through here, and I thought to myself, I've done the other bit further up, but I hadn't done this bit, so I thought I'd come and have a look. I know you can go further along the other way, and then you come up against the golf course, and they do have signs in there asking you not to go through that way, which is fine. It's not a problem, as long as you stay on the riverbanks. riverbanks are navigable waterways in Calgary. Oh, let's just turn it over that way. Hello, puppy dog. All right then.
Hi.
How far up can you go with a trail? Does it go up a fair way there?
Oh yeah, there's a dam up here about
Oh, is it?
maybe
Oh, we're further up than I thought then. Yeah,
half a
okay.
mile, and then
Yeah.
then you can keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to head out that way for a while.
Yeah.
I
Lots of
usually
trails. There's paths all the way to the.
I usually scout it out to see if there's any areas that need, because I do litter picking and that around Calgary as well.
Right.
And this is actually surprisingly clean.
It's
Yeah.
a nice area. It's not. I don't think there's lots of people.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of
This area
people.
come
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I was
So-
looking. There's a few people down that way. But yeah,
It's a nice area.
yeah.
All right, Jasper.
They make it look easy, don't they? They got 4-wheel drive. Oh, that was cool. Just talking to a nice guy there called Duncan. He was originally from England as well. Yeah. But there's been quite a few people heading up in this way, so it's clearly a popular trail route. I've let them get a little bit ahead of me, so there's a family walking up here, so I don't want to get them on video. He said you can actually get right down to the water a little bit further up here, so I will head this way and see what I can find. So far, a very pleasant walk. It's a very quiet corner. Oh, I hear people. Oh, there's people looking for stuff up there. Oh, there's loads of paths that head down this way. Just going to have a quick look down here and see where that goes. Oh yeah, that goes right down to the river. That's pretty cool. Yeah, not going to head down there yet because knowing my luck, I'll have to come back up there. Right, I'm going to head this way. There's a bunch of people up there, so I will switch this off for a bit until I pass them. Right, so past those people, just bumped into a guy. Says, go up here, you'll find a sign somewhere up here, and then basically head off to the right. So we will see. Ooh, that's a bit of a steep uphill, that piece. Yeah. Yeah, somewhere up here. I can hear water. A lot of it. Now I know there is a dam up in this way, so I'm willing to bet you that noise is the dam. I will say my usual safety speech. Dams are very dangerous places. Do not ever go to a dam and mess about. Oh. A rooty trail or a flat trail? I think I'll take the flat trail. Yeah, dams are dangerous places. Don't ever mess around with dams. And never be downstream from a dam, because sometimes they do need to dump water. Generally speaking, they usually have a siren. I know out in the mountains a lot of them have a siren, which you will hear, and if you hear that, get out of the valley. Oh, I see what this trail does. It just bypasses all the rooty bit. Makes sense. Yes, that looks very steep down there. It's very steep. A lot of deer trail up through here. So, and somebody has cleared off all the... Oh, there's houses over there, I see it. Yeah. Whew. That's a little bit of steep uphill. This is rather nice. This bit's flattened out now. Yeah. Yes, very nice. I think this will be an out and back trip on this trail. Although the guy I just spoke to said you can go up to the top and do like a loop back around. But we shall see. Oh, see some rock down there. Well, it's a very pleasant walk, I'll give you that. I was going to head to a place called Griffiths Wood, but that can be very, very busy with dog walkers. Somebody's made a nice job of clearing this trail up. I was just talking to that Duncan guy back there about trail clearing. But fortunately, somebody's been here before me and cleared it all out. Yeah, you'd never heard of silky saws. I can tell you now, I don't promote stuff on my channel for likes and giggles and all that kind of good stuff like people do. But if a product is good, I will tell people it's good. I don't get paid to say it, nor will I ever accept payment for saying it. However, I can tell you for absolute certainty, for trail work and what have you, silky saws are something else. Now, there's many copies now, because everybody got to realise just how good silkies were. There are many, many copies. But I can tell you, silky is still the way to go. I can hear the hum of the power station. There's a power station in here. I can hear it. The unmistakable sound of generators whining. Oh, and a train horn. Amazing how far away you can hear that sound. I can hear the train clearly. Oh, we've got power lines through here. That would be about right, since we have a power station down there. This, I have to say, is a very pleasant walk. Somebody's done a considerable amount of trail building up in here as well. Ah, split in the path. Now I have a dilemma. Four-way split. I see some rocks down here, so let me go and explore the rocks. Oh yeah, there's a train over there. Nice. Oh yeah, this is cool. Oh, holy smokes. Ooh, caution. Caution. Just spotted something that I didn't expect to find. Wow. Okay, if you come along here, be careful. I'll get a video down there so I can see what's actually down there. Yeah, if you come along here, be careful. This rock piece disappears. Oh yeah, there's a cliff down there. Okay, yeah. Not going down there then. That looks a little bit on the Dangaroos side. So I'm going to avoid the Dangaroos, that's for sure. So I did see a very nice trail that kind of went straight on. Yeah, watch this piece. This is quite something. So we will get back up away from there. As I always say in my videos, know your limit, stay within it. Looks like a good place to explore. However, I also see like a 50 to 60 foot drop and a big hole. And this trail heads along this way, so I will go this way. This looks way more trodden in and a lot safer than what that was. Yes, nice to look at. Wouldn't recommend going down there. Nice, this is very pleasant. Well, I must admit, this is a bit of a hidden gem. Oh, another split in the trail. What do we have? Huh. There's four-way splits everywhere. That one, it's down towards that rock, so I'm just going to go down here a little way. and see what I can see. Looks to me like a couple of trees have fallen across what was a trail, so that is as far as I will go, I think. Yeah, this I think is going to be the end of where I go. Yeah, this big tree looks like there was a trail that went off down through the bottom there, but this big tree has fallen right down across it, and does not look like a very smart way to go. So back up the hill. Exploring places is all about exposure. I was looking on the news pages there this morning, with the hiking pages. I don't watch mainstream news because it's all basically garbage, but I do keep an eye on the hiking pages and all that kind of good stuff. And yet another person fell off Yamnuska Mountain. Right. People seriously underestimate mountains. Mountains don't care about your Instagram picture. They honestly don't. Right. Quite a bit of up on this trail. What do we got? Oh, another turn off. Oh, that's interesting. I got one that goes that way. Oh, I'm going to have to do some serious exploring in here. This looks like the most well-trodden trail, so I will go this way first. See what I can see. You know me, I like to explore. It's also know your limit, stay within it. Same as I always say all the time. People head up Yamnuska because they want their Instagram pictures, and they underestimate the mountain. You know, that's some serious scrambles. Oh, here we go, another split. The guy did warn me there's paths to go everywhere. And apparently he's right. So I will go down this way. See what I can see. Oh yeah, there's paths everywhere here. Look. Now that, down through there, that looks like an old path. Yeah, that's trenched right in there. Yeah, that's an old path, that's been there a long time. Right. This path hasn't. That other one just off to that side most definitely has. So let's go see where it goes. It's got to go somewhere. And looking at the amount of foot traffic, most definitely not the only person ever to come this way. Oh. Somebody's been in here, cut up a bunch of trees. They didn't take the firewood, they just cut it up into bits. Maybe there was a bunch of trees down across here by the look of it. Yeah, look, loads of it. Actually, that all looks like alder. Quite a bit of that is alder. Oh, sorry, aspen. Yeah, so yeah, and it's got crosses on it. So they obviously marked the trees for taking them out. And they've left the wood in here, which is good, because forests need decaying wood. A clean and tidy forest is not a healthy forest. Yeah, you need chaos in a forest. Forests like chaos. You got dead wood on the ground, it's home for insects, fungi, bacteria, you name it. It's all absolutely vital for a forest. I do have to say that I thought this was actually quite a small area to explore. It very much isn't. It's huge. It's huge in here. Oh yeah, they've done a lot of work up through there. Yeah, and all down through there. Yes. I wonder if that's I don't think it could be a cut line. It doesn't look like a cut line. Most definitely doesn't look like a cut line. I don't see daylight through the trees up there, so might be coming to the end of the path. So, whew, it's a good walk, I can tell you. Yeah. plastic bags. Let me just pick that up. Even out here I find bits of garbage. It's just an empty plastic bag, so we will take that with us. Obviously fell out of somebody's pocket. Holy crap, Batman. Ah, I see why the trees were cut. Power line. Oh, that explains it. Yeah. It's a power line right away. So, from the top of here, this looks like what I call a peak tower. So, I might get a view from up here. Oh dear. It's steep in places in here. Right. So we won't touch that. That explains the cut trees. Oh. Now, don't know where this goes, but it looks like a lot of other people also came this way at some stage, so we'll go and have a look. This may just follow the power line. If it does, I'll be turning around and going back here in a second. Yeah, if this just follows the power line, I'll head back here in a moment. Looks like it does. No wish to follow a power line all the way to Cochrane, because that's probably exactly where it goes. Yeah, I think I will be turning around here in a moment. Let's get to the bottom of this little drawer here and see where everybody else goes. Two paths, a little bit, both to the same spot. Oh yeah, that's steep. Oh, okay, so there's kind of a path that goes that way. There's a path that goes this way. Dave the Explorer says I'll go this way for a little bit. Looks like it's got trees down across it, so I don't think it's going to be a very far walk. Yeah, this all has trees down across it, so won't be going far down through here. Yeah. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah. That would explain all the cut wood, that's for sure. Right. Okay, so I will head back the way I came and go from there. Well, me being me, just as I was turning around, I found another really cool looking piece of trail. So I thought, I wonder where this goes. The explorer in you, unfortunately, has to go and explore. Oh, those are amazing trees. Wow. Okay, so I can see the dam down there. So I have come a huge distance along. I have no idea where this piece goes. I know that down there is incredibly steep, so I ain't going down there. That is for sure. Starting to come across a lot more deadfall on this piece, so I will continue along a little way. Famous last words. 10 kilometers later, still going. Yeah, that is very steep down there. So there's a lot of deadfall along this piece, so unless you are very sure-footed, I would not recommend coming this way. Although I do now know that off to my left at the top of the hill is a much easier route than this. So let me continue away, see what I find. Yeah, this trail hasn't been touched for a long time. Yeah. I can tell a lot of people come along here though. Very fresh foot track along here. Very fresh. And some cuts from the past. Nothing recent. These trees are all way too big to do anything with. Yeah. The size of this thing. And this is small compared to a couple I've seen up in here. Whoop. Yes, this is not a route that I would recommend if you're not very sure footage. I do seem to be descending a little, which is not good, because if you descend, it also means you've got to ascend on the way back. Descending is fun, ascending not so much. Yeah. Yes, very pleasant though. And not somewhere I've ever been, so not this far up. Ah yes, here we go. Yeah. So there's the train track. So up and around that corner over there must be where the Haskayne Park is. Yeah. You've got the train track across there. Yeah, oh, nice. Right. There's many down trails I see here. But most of those look like deer trails, so not going that way. They got 4-wheel drive and can get back up that hill way easier than I can. Yeah. So don't ask me where I'm going, because I have no clue, other than that way. I do know I'm not coming back this way. I'm going to head up the top of the hill, because off to my left I can see that is much nicer route to where the power lines are. But look at it. Yes. Oh yeah, I've had a mudslide here. Not at all surprised. Yeah. This is insanely steep along here. Yeah. Yes, like I say, if you're not sure footage, do not come this way. Clearly a lot of people do, but like I say, very careful. You know, those rocks that I found back there earlier, they were very spectacular. Very. There's some seriously, oh look at that for a snag. A snag is a tree that's died off and snapped and all that kind of stuff years ago. Look at that one. Wow. Okay, that's an old tree. Look at that. See, people look at a tree like that. Look at it. It's huge. That thing is huge. For around here, that is a big tree. I'm going to put my hand on it. Look at it. Wow. Look at that thing. That's been there a long time. But it is now home to thousands and thousands of insects. That I can guarantee you. That is one hell of a tree. For around here, that is huge. That's been there a long time. Nice. Yeah. I keep seeing cut bits. Okay, there's a little side trail, which I suspect is just what I call a view trail. So, seems to be a cliff off to my side. Yeah, this is definitely a view trail. Oh, come on, people. More garbage. You carried this pop can all the way out here. Carry the bloody thing home, people, you know what I mean? Don't leave it out here. Doesn't belong here. So, that can come with me. That can go in my pocket. I think I'm going to turn around here very shortly and head back up the hill. Yeah. Whew. Wow, that is a big tree. That's one of the biggest trees I've seen of that kind in this area. Yeah. Oh, ha, there we go, famous last words. And here is another one. Look at that. Wow. That is a big bloody tree. I don't know what species of tree these are. They are huge. For around here, look at it, I put my hand on this tree. For around here, that is a big, big, big tree. Wow. I think that's going to be my way back up there, I think. But until then, little bit further. Famous last words. Just go a little bit further. The weather's nice and I do have water with me. Oh, talking of water, I see water down there. Okay. Right, okay. Let's go across there and see what that is. More garbage. Look at that. How am I going to get that out of there? Let me see if I can get that out. Right, I've come along a little further. Found an interesting spot. I don't think I'm going to go much further up here because they seem to be swinging round to the side here. And I don't see any trail over the other side of there at all, other than down through the ravine bit. And it's very steep down in there. That is like a steep gorge in there. There was a warning sign earlier saying deep water, and the trail that was on looked like it just suddenly dropped off. So I will go up to this corner up here, and I think that'll be my turnaround point. Yeah. Looks to me like the trail's beginning to peter out, so I'm suspecting that's what other people do. So I found quite a lot of garbage already. I didn't bring a garbage bag with me, so I now have pockets full of garbage. Like, really, people, if you can bring it with you, take it home, you know. Yeah. I did get that bottle out from that slope. It's a bit sketchy, I can tell you, but I did get it, so that's good. Now up in here I should somewhere, I know where I am on the map. I'm actually a lot further up this way than I thought I was going to be, that is for certain. Which says to me that the pathway up here must lead into the back of the houses. So I don't really want to end up walking up through the houses. So yes, there's many down paths down through there. But look how steep that is. And I don't have poles with me. So, oh, there's another trail goes back that way. Different one. Okay. The guy I was speaking to earlier, he did actually say there's just a myriad of trails everywhere up in here. You can certainly see why. This is a very old bit of riparian forest. This has been here a while. Yeah. Oh, a little tiny waterfall down there. Probably only about 2 feet, but kind of cool. And the obligatory trail down to it. It always is. Attracts the people to the sound of water. Eh? That's a human thing. See, a little tiny waterfall down in there. Yeah. You know, very much attracted to water. Now that piece down in there, I've got a trail goes off that way, one that goes this way. So I think I might use this as my turnaround point. I might just head down in here a little ways. Famous last words. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not going right down in there. It's pretty steep down there. I'm not going down in there because it means I've got to climb back up again. And I cannot see any trail of any worth the other side of there, and that just looks wet and slippery, so I'm not going to do that. I'll head back up there. This is balls of the feet steep. This is not, the cameras never do this kind of stuff justice, that's for sure. It's balls of the feet steep, that is. But again, I've got a very well cleared trail through here. Not sure why. But this is the whole point of exploring, is to find out why. If we knew the answers, I wouldn't need to come this way. But I don't know the answer, so that's why I'm here. Yeah, I'm starting to swing around south now, which means I should be coming back round to the power lines up here somewhere. So these are fresh cuts too. Some of these are fresh. Right, let me just listen for a bit. Okay, yeah, I can hear noise that way. That sounds like traffic noise. I can see a chimney on a house up there. So, famous last words, I'll go a little bit further. I think the trails up this end are probably used by the people that live in those houses up there, or from that community, to come into this woodland from that end, as opposed to the way that I've just come. Which says to me, I should now be in the bottom of the hole, which I am. Yep. Right. Yeah, and then they're gonna, this trail here will continue across the creek, up the other side and up to those houses, which I have zero interest in going to. Yeah, so this will be the creek crossing up through here. I did spot a little piece of a trail that went down that side, but if you go down there, you've got to come back this way, because there's a bloody great gorge in the middle, and it does have signs on it saying keep out of the water. So I'm going to turn around here. This will be my turnaround point. Rather nice though. Yeah. There's houses up over the top of here because I saw a chimney just now. Yeah. No wish to disturb those people. So I see a horse track. Now is this mud or is this rock? Rock. Just going to see if you get a view from this corner. Yeah, get wet grass, that's for sure. Just going to see if you get a view from this corner. If you do, great. If you don't, oh well. Oh yeah, this is just going to follow that gorge back along. Okay, Dave. God, I never get any better, do I? I'm sure if you knew this trail well, you would know if there's any cut across points down through there. But if there are, they would be very steep and also not wise when you're on your own. So, see, the other side is all rock, look. Yeah. This is like a little gorge up in here. So, famous last words. Just going to go a little bit further. But I did spot a lot of much nicer trail on the way back that was more up along the top than the way I came. So I suspect I came the hard way. Usually the case. Yeah. On the way back I'll find a route that goes straight across. No problem whatsoever. And about half the distance. That's what usually happens. What I am going to do in a minute is stop for a water break. Oh yeah, I see water down there. I think I'm very rapidly going to run out of where I can go here. Yeah, I see rocky outcrop up there, which means I cannot cross. But in terms of a walk, this is rather nice. Bit energetic. If you're one of these people that doesn't like energetic walks, this is not the walk for you. Yeah. But if you do like energetic walks and just exploring for the hell of exploring, this is really cool. Well, I'm going to give you some advice though. Although I'm doing a big U, do not go back across that way to try and get back. No matter how tempting it might be to take a shorter route back, I don't think that would be wise at all. Tell you what is wise, that breeze. Oh my god, that is nice. Woohoo! I tell you, there's a lot of birds out here that I don't recognise the sound of. Yeah. Oh, good grief, yes. This is exactly the reason that you can't cross. Look at that. Yeah, you ain't getting across that. So, down here a little ways. Yeah, some kind of maggoty, insecty thing crawling across the path. Not sure what that is, so I'll go around that. It won't appreciate me stepping on it, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh yes. This is where you need a really good zoom on your lens. Like I say, off to my right, that all along there is very, very steep down in there. Don't go that way. Yeah, there's cliff drop-offs here. I think this path, the well-trodden one, is probably the only safe path along here. And there's the power lines cut across. So on my way back, I will need to keep an eye on them. Yeah, so this is why you can't cross when you get down here. I have to go back the way I've come. So we'll head up to this little headland, do a couple of pictures, turn around, and I'm going back, and I am going back this time. That old saying of mine, know your limit, stay within it. Yeah, see where I was just now was up over the top of the rocks on that side. Yeah. Yes, that's why they had that warning sign there, I guess. Stay out of that piece of valley. You could get stuck in there, and I can definitely see why, because look at it, it's basically cliff. If you got down in there, you probably wouldn't be able to get out. Yeah. Not somewhere you want to be just for the sake of exploring. I have no ropes. More importantly, I don't have a climbing buddy with me. Yeah. If you have a climbing buddy or somebody with you, and you got rope, you can explore some of these places a little bit more, but never on your own. Yeah. Yeah, that is steep as hell in there. I can tell those sides are collapsed sides. Yeah. Oh, I can tell you now, that breeze is bloody magic. Absolute bloody magic. See spots like that down there on the edge of that rock. That's where people like to go for their Instagram pictures. And unfortunately, that is exactly the piece of rock you'll fall off and seriously injure yourself or kill yourself. Yeah. Very simple. Don't go that way. Right, this looks like it's going to be the end of my trail. I have a split here. I don't want to go down too far because elevation's not free. I've got to come back up. Oh, I know where I am. Yeah. Right. Yes. Elevation is not free. Got to work at it. This is why you always bring water. I see people out in the mountains all the time. They'll come out and do something like this, which is basically in the city. This is a little ridge, see? Pathways down here, more water in the bottom. This piece here is going to run out very, very quickly. If you came down here a little bit too fast and lost your footing, you'd be in serious trouble. Because, long way down. Yeah, so this is as far as I'm going. This is it. This is my cut-off point. Yeah, there is trail that goes down along the bottom there, and I'm sure there's some really nice places along there. But I have a lot of loose rock on the side here, I have no helmet. I've got loose rock there. All it takes is one of those stones, fall off, smack in the head, fall in the water, job done, dead. Yeah. So I will see if I can get a bit of a elevation shot here. I do have a good extendable pole on here, so yes. So we will call that the end of the trail for now. Now I've got to go back up it. Just found a great spot for a sit down and have a water break, that's for sure. Yeah. What I need now is a nice flat rock to sit on. I can definitely see why people explore down through here. Yeah. Like I always say, know your limit, stay within it. Yeah. Down there I see a flat rock with my name on it. So I will go and sit exactly there. Yeah. And it's in the shade. Ish. Yeah. Yeah, that's the trail I was on just now, that one over there. So I'll have to go back up there in a minute. But first, I will have a water break, which is exactly here. Very nice. Yeah. Right, this is my water break spot. This is where I'm going to stop and turn around. Right, water break over. 2 large mouthfuls of water. Yeah. That's where I need to be, over there. But to get there, I've got to go back a long way, that way. So I need to get up, back up the top of this hill. That piece up through the forest over there was a little bit yuck. So I will go this way a little bit, because I see a well-trodden trail. I need to go up. But I will not be climbing up rock, that is for sure. Word of advice, if you ever walk along terrain like this, and this is a little steep, if you ever walk along terrain like this, take it slow and deliberate. If you do fall, literally just pin yourself to the ground. I need to get up there. Temptation is to go that way. I'm not going to. I'm going to scout out what is ahead of me, decide that that looks decidedly sketchy. I think people just go that way because the sheer hell of it. And I think, looking at this, this is the way they probably go back. Yeah. Yeah. Manage your risk. It's all about exposure. Know what you're comfortable with, and more importantly, what you're not. This to me is perfect exploring country. Love places like this. However, if you're not, see, if you got down in there, that's 20 feet of vertical that you can't get out of, and you can very quickly be in trouble. So there is a pathway up through here, well trodden, so I will well trod it some more. And this path does continue, but I do see the remains of an old fence in here. So I suspect this is just a fence line between here and what would it be, that community? Springbank down through there, I guess. There is a fence through here. Found a chair in here. Somebody lugged a chair up in here. But I need to go that way. And that looks suspiciously like my next route. So we will go this way. This is a lot bloody steeper than it looks. This is currently balls of the feet. And no poles. But a very well placed tree that I will use as a anchor point. I need to be up there. Oh, this is where I was just now. Okay. Good nav, good nav. Right. Yeah. Don't come out here without water on a hot day. You get stumbly on these rocks, you could be in big trouble. And it was me, I was going to head out in the mountains today. And right in my own backyard, I have this. Literally. Amazing, eh? Where are we? Okay, yeah. Stony Trail Bridge. Dam. And this way. Okay. These power lines. That power line up there is my nav point for the way back. Whenever you're out and about wandering around, always stop every now and again. Do a 360, because it's very easy when you get walking. Oh, breeze. Oh, lovely. Breeze, breeze, breeze. Very nice. Yeah, you kind of get to here and you just carry on walking. I could continue off up to my left. There's a very good path up through there, but I'm not going to go that way. So, yes, I am, however, going to go that way. Ooh, nice to get up that slope, get into this breeze. Now, if you ever get into a breeze, people's temptation is to take your shirt off and cool down. Don't, because the sun will hit you, and the sun hits you, you actually overheat more. I suspect there probably is a rough path that goes up through the bottom of there. I can actually see a few bits. I would not recommend that at all. This looks like very loose material. All it takes is a stone the size of $1, smack you in the head, and that's it, you're done. Yeah. So in terms of a walk, very, very pleasant, very energetic. Not somewhere to, this is not your average everyday stroll for your average everyday person. It's if you're pretty fit, it's fine. I'm a little north of 60, but I do tend to keep pretty fit. So if you get to the other side, see the rock cliffs on the other side there. See, that's roughly where I found that water bottle there, which is why you don't go down slopes like that, because you go down it and you suddenly find there's a 40-foot drop straight down, and if you can't get back up, you are now stuck. That's why you'll see me sometimes out in the mountains. I'll have my rope and that with me. If I see somewhere that's a bit, I need to get down into a valley, I have a 110-foot rope, and to me that gives me either 110 foot or 55 foot of recoverable line. If I'm going down in somewhere and I need to cross and I need to use all the rope, I don't climb. Let me make it quite clear, I don't climb. I use my rope as a safety line, just as an additional something to hang on to should the shit hit the fan. And I also always have with me 150 foot of paracord. So there are various knots that you can tie. Use the paracord as a release mechanism for when you get to the bottom. You can do it, there's a thing called a pack knot as well. So if you've got to lower your pack, you can drop your pack down, give the rope a shake, and your pack will stay where you put it. So just make sure before you do that that you can get down in there and retrieve your pack. These are all skills that you learn, and learning how to do them properly. Watching a YouTube video of somebody doing it down something like that, I mean, I wouldn't go down that on a rope. I would use the pathways to go down there, use a rope as a safety line, not as a climbing line. Two very, very different things. Yeah. So I can either go 55 foot or 110, depending on what mood I'm in. And there are places that I know that have there's a place I know, it's Grey Shale Gorge I call it, and getting down in there is real easy. Getting back out of it, not so much. You get down in there and you don't have a way to get back up with a line, you get stuck, because you try to climb up it and the shale just disintegrates. You take one step forward and 3 steps back, so you need something to hang on to. So if I'm going in that particular location, what I will do is lay out a 110 foot of safety line, tie it on top and bottom on a big bloody rock, so I know exactly where it is, so I can get back out of that canyon. There are ways out of there, but you've got to walk a bloody long way to get out, I can tell you. So if you get down in there and you don't have a rope, you're in big trouble. Yeah. So like I say, I don't climb, I just use safety lines. And these are all skills that people should learn. they watch a YouTube video and they suddenly think, oh yeah, I know how to do that. You don't. Until you've done it 20 times, you don't know how to do it. Yeah. Yeah. So I need to go down the bottom here somewhere and cross this creek. I can hear it. So this is a good thing with memory, right? I know when I came up this side, I passed 2 waterfalls. I've just passed one. So if I see a trail now going off to my left, I know that's not the trail I came in on. Yeah, because there should be 2 waterfalls, and I've only passed one. If you're doing creek crossings, if you're going out into the mountains, and you're planning a route, always plan your route first. Always, always, always. So if you're going out planning your route, plan it out. Things like how many big creek crossings do you expect to cross? How many places are you going to need to ford the river? Because that's all stuff that you need to work out. People set off on these hikes and what have you. I don't know how experienced the lady was that fell off of Yamnuska, but it can happen to the most experienced of people. Don't get me wrong, accidents can happen. But I see so many people, ill-prepared people, have no clue what they're doing, head out to places like that because they've seen everybody else go there. You know, this piece along here, if you watch this video, yeah, great, this is just showing you what's up in here. But unless you are very sure-footed and understand the risks, don't do it. Yeah? Even the heat out here. This should be my crossing. I can hear the other water. Yeah, this should be my crossing. See, the second lot of water is where I crossed. I can hear it. Yeah. It's how you navigate. Find big trees. If you look back in a lot of the old places, you'll find trees that are bent over. So like here, right, so it's just in front of me, large slab of rock, and it's wet. So I'm going to turn this camera off until I get up the other side. Right, across that piece. See, even coming across something like that, it's very small, very simple, and most people would look at it and go, oh, what are you making a fuss for? It's an angled down piece of wet rock. You fall down there, hit your back, say you land right on your ass and you tweak your spine and you can't walk. Now what? You're out there in the middle of nowhere and no way to call for help. So, yeah. Know the risks. Understand your exposure. Unfortunately, people don't. They go to places like Yamnuska because that's where everybody goes. Yamnuska's not a beginner hike. I don't care what anybody says. I've been wandering around the mountains, for these mountains, for 30 odd years, and the Welsh and Scottish mountains for probably 20 years before that. So I'm pretty comfortable at the mountains. At least we have trees here. You got a lot of the Welsh mountains, there ain't no trees, mate. It's just open, damp, and very easy to go down with exposure up there, mate. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Hypothermia is very real. Here we don't tend to have too much trouble with hypothermia because we don't have the high humidity, but the mountains of Scotland and Wales are very, very different. Yeah, you've got this permanently damp. In Scotland it's not a case of is it going to rain, it's just which way is it going to fall. Is it going to fall horizontally or downwards? Yeah. Very tree rooty along here, so be careful. But I'm heading back towards the power line, and my guess is all the people that live around here that use these trails will find the easy route back, which should be the most trodden route, and I did see a few trails like that. See, there are pieces like this that head down there. Look, I can see somebody's been down there. It's very well trodden. That's that piece I started to go down over that log, and just down through there's a little piece that's a little steep. Is it worth the 5 or 6 foot drop if you get it wrong? No, because again you can hurt yourself. I suspect looking along the bottom of that cliff there's probably a way along there, but that does not look like a good place to be. So if it doesn't look comfortable, don't go there. Pretty simple. Definitely gaining some elevation going back up, I can tell you. Coming down here was a lot easier. Oh. So if you watch this, Dave Crooks, if you continue on that trail that you did the other week, right, so here's a decision point. So I've got a piece of a trail that goes that way, I've got a piece that goes that way. This, I suspect, is just a bit that avoids going up and down that bit, if I'm right. Let's see. Looks like it. Yep. They're called desire trails. People desire not to walk up and down big hills. Can tell you now though, this is an area that I haven't really explored much. I'm going to come back here again, absolutely I am, because I can see whole loads of places that I want to explore, but I will come better equipped next time. I will bring a safety line with me next time, because I can see some very nice places to explore. However, not going to put them on camera, because people will come up here without the proper equipment or on their own, try to go to those places and then get in trouble. And that's not what we want. That's not the purpose of these videos. The purpose of these videos, it looks like a face. Huh. That rock looks like a face. Oh wow, let's see if I can get that in picture. The other side of the thing there, this looks like mouth, nose, sticks out, see the triangular piece of the nose, and in the eyebow it looks like a face. So I'm going to call that Face Rock Canyon. I wonder if I can get a slightly better picture of that. Yeah, I think I will call this Face Rock Canyon. Yeah, see right in front of me, right down there, steep as hell. Yeah. Yeah, look, see, mouth, nose, eyes. Yeah, so that's going to be Face Rock Canyon. But if you look at the colour of the rock, right, this is something that people need to learn how to read the land, understand what it is, right? If you look at the colour of the sandstone under there, it's a much lighter yellow, which means it hasn't weathered. So pieces have broken off of that. So if you're coming along a rock surface like that, and you see nice yellow pieces like those pieces down in the bottom, I can see some nice yellow pieces down in there, you know they fell off that rock, and not that long ago, relatively speaking. We're not talking of, you know, fell off yesterday, but it shows you that if you look at the other colour, it's more of that darker colour. That's bright yellow under there, which means it did collapse at some stage. All down below me, I'll see if I can get a picture down there. Put the longer pole on. See, all down through the bottom there. See all those big chunks of rock laying in there? Yeah, they all fell off of something. You don't want to be down in there when that happens. So, yes, I wouldn't recommend going down in there. Right, but I did find a much nicer piece of trail along here for the way back. Yeah. So I will do exactly that. Up to the top of this piece of hill, and I suspect off to the right somewhere will be a trail that closely follows that power line. I can see the power lines through the trees. It is steep in here, I can tell you. This is balls of the bloody feet to get back up here. Oh dear. This is the only thing when you say to yourself, I'll just go a little bit further, because then you've got to go a little bit further back. That's a good codominant tree, look. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So I'm at the far side of that bank. I'll see if I can see across that way. Wow. Whew. That's the only thing with going down a slope. You've got to come back up it. That slope the far side of the valley. Along there, that's where I went just now. Wow. And the temptation is, rather than walking all the way back round where I just come, would be to go down. I would not recommend that at all. Do not go down either one of these sides. Yeah. Here's a prime example. Absolute perfect example. You get to here, and I can see a reasonably trodden trail down there. If you look down there, there's a blue tarp down in there. Looks to me like somebody might have been sleeping down in there. There's a blue tarp. But the other side of that tarp drops off into the water. And if you get in that water, like I was saying, you can't get out. You ain't getting out of there. That's cold water too. The thermal shock will hit you pretty fast. But, that could be deadly if you fell in there. People underestimate it, but don't underestimate cold water. Not at all. It'll kill you pretty fast. Thermal shock will set in. Within a couple of minutes, your muscles don't work. You'll be telling your arms and legs to kick and swim and all this kind of stuff. They just won't work. Simple as that. Your muscles shut down. Thermal shock. Then what happens is the cold gets into your body. Blood restricts. The reason that your muscles shut down is because your body will restrict the blood going to the extremities, because it knows you're cooling down very, very fast. And to stop yourself cooling down, it will pull the blood back into the core where it needs it. Well, your arms and legs are not in the core. Yeah, so people think, oh yeah, I could swim, I'm a good swimmer. You may well be, but thermal shock hits you, you're not a good swimmer, trust me, unless you are acclimatized to it and you train for it. Yeah. I know people. There's a Russian guy that I bump into the mountains. I've mentioned him a couple of times in my videos, and he swims in the rivers out there year round. Minus 20, he's still out there in the snow and the water. You're like, you're nuts. Whether it's just a Russian thing or what, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what they make Russians out of, but they're some tough buggers, I tell you. Yeah. Right. Oh, train's coming. That da-da-di-da, as I say in my other videos, that is the letter Q in Morse code. So somewhere there's a crossing. There's a crossing down there. The train's just going across it. Yeah, da-da-di-da is a crossing. Yeah, see there's another path. Goes down there. See it? Well trodden down there. At the end of it is a drop off. Don't go that way. Yeah. Yeah, that's why they put the signs. See these signs here? They put signs for that trail down there. People probably have gone down there and got into trouble before now. Yeah, do not go down that trail. Yeah. Having been to the other side of that trail, I can tell you it's steep as hell. Now this is where I came. Oh, balls of the feet again. Up we go again. Right. Where I came was that way, but I can see there's a well-trodden trail which is higher up, so I don't want to lose the elevation that I've worked hard to gain. So top of this hill where it levels out, another drink of water. Hey squirrel. There's a squirrel just in here somewhere. Where are you? I can hear you. Yeah. Holy wow. Yeah. This is exactly the reason that you bring water. Yeah. When I say this is not steep, I mean less steep, okay? Holy crap. Nice view though. Yeah, that pathway continues along up that way. But there is a fence in there, so respect the fence lines. It's not my land. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, see, there's the power line. That's what I do. Oh, look at this. I don't know who built that, but well bloody done. Oh yes. I have no idea who built that, but talk about a perfect spot for a bench. Bloody hell. Whew. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Where I was over the other side there. See that trail over the other side? That's where I was. But to get from here to there is a bloody long walk. It's a long way round. So, have a drink of water, rehydrate. Although this is a nice bench, I need to get out the sun. Let's try that a bit. Yeah, sun will get you fast. Like I say, people very tempted to take their shirts off, as I was trying to say earlier before I got sidetracked. If you get to that situation where you're getting hot, don't take your shirt off to cool down. What you do is you arch your shoulders to make a gap in the back of your back. Make sure your t-shirt can get some air under it. Face the way the wind is blowing, so it'll blow up the back of your t-shirt and out through the top. And I can tell you now, that will cool you down real fast. I don't know who built this, but well done. Right, gonna have a drink of water and do some more in a bit. Okay, so another couple of mouthfuls of water. Don't drink a huge amount of water. When you stop, don't just glug, keep going. Because if you drink too much, you can actually make yourself puke, and then you've lost all the water you've just taken in, and that's complete fallacy. Don't do that. Right. So if you are the person that built that bench, thank you very much. You could not have put it in a better spot. And my advice would be to anybody coming up here that wants to do the trail that I've just done, when you get to this bench, stop, turn around and go back. Because down in there, that way, is where it gets really rough. And the other side of there, continuing up through, is also really rough. Very steep, a lot of exposure, rock drop-offs, bits where there's holes in the trail that you could easily put a foot in and break an ankle and stuff. Lots of that down there. So when you get to this point, you see that bench, stop, go back. That's as far as you need to go. Come to here, get the view. This is the power lines. Yeah, the way I came was down through the forest that way. A lot of up and down, very sketchy. Not somewhere that is recommended. Let's not beat around the bush. That's not somewhere I would recommend going. Right, so we will go back along this way. I saw this trail as I was coming up along the thing, but I decided to take the tree route purely for the shade. But I suspect this will be a lot gentler of a route. I know it's going to follow the power line, so it's not quite as dramatic as walking through an amazing forest with some amazing trees, but I've done that bit, so I shall explore. I have a pocket full of junk. Look at it. My pocket is absolutely full of junk. I can't even do the zip up. Yeah, so I have found some garbage. Yeah. Tell you what though, it's very nice. There are a lot of trails. This I suspect just follows the power line up. They could have cleared the trees for the ROW for the power line. That's what all those cut trees were up here earlier. Yeah, which is good. Leave all that wood on the ground. Bugs will love it. Well, I'm not sure how long this video is so far, no idea. But I was talking to that guy. Oh God, brain's going fuzzy. Not Dennis. Oh, it'll come to me. Anyway, the guy I was talking to earlier, I did say to him about the Osmo. Duncan, that's who it was, Duncan. No, begin with a D. And I have filmed all of this so far on one battery. If I had my glasses on, I'd be able to tell you what was remaining on the battery. But since I don't, I can't. This is a bit tree rooty along here, but I can tell you now, compared to the path off to the left through the forest, this is basically almost flat. This is good. Oh yeah, they've cleared lots up through here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they've done a lot up through here. Yeah, this is much nicer. This is a much easier walk. So although this is not as glamorous, let's say, as walking through the forest, this is a way easier walk. Way easier. Oh yeah. And this is extremely well trodden too compared to the other way. So I suspect this is the way people actually come. This is my first time of coming up across this piece. So there's other trails go down through there, back into the woods, but I'm going to head up to that power line over there, because I know that if I go down into the woods, I've still got to climb the elevation. Elevation is not free. Yeah. Unfortunately, if you go a different route, it doesn't get you to the top with less elevation. The rate of change can be different, however, the net result is you still got to put the work in to get there. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, that's where that goes. Right, I saw that on the way up. I saw a trail that went off to the side on the way up. I just seen where it comes out. Yeah. Back up the hill again. This is a balls of the bloody feet job. I'm filming the entire route all the way around so that people can actually see what's involved. Unfortunately, with a lot of hiking videos, what you see is what I call the glamorous bits. You see the beginning, the end. You see, like that lady on Yamnuska. You see the beginning, the trailhead, Raven's Head, Raven's Corner, or whatever it's called, up through the little notchy bit, up the back. Then they'll film the chains. Oh, nice. Then they'll film them chains, and next thing you know, they're stood on the top with this amazing view. That whole piece of video is 5 to 10 minutes. They don't tell you that it's an hour to 2 hours to get up there, and you better be bloody fit to do it, and also be very comfortable doing it. Yeah. Whew. One more post up there, I think. Yeah. One more power line. Definitely undulates a lot up through here, that's for sure. Got a feeling around here somewhere is where I turned off into the forest. I'll see if I can find that point for you. Yes, unfortunately with this is, oh, here we go. Yeah, was it there I went down? Yes, it was, yeah. Okay, so this is where I turned off. I went down there, see those horizontal logs? Went down there and followed the trail all along. It's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Really steep, really narrow, and some nasty drop-offs if you miss it. This way follows the power line. Go that way. Follow the power line. Unless you are very fit. And don't mind a bit of exposure. Oh, it's bloody steep. Yeah, so that, unfortunately with social media, that's all you see. You don't see this. If you watch my Junction Falls video, you'll see I head along the falls, but I film pretty much the entire 14-kilometre trip, because you only get to see the glorious bits, and that's what people think it is, and it's not. You know, you can very quickly get into trouble in some of them places, and I don't know the exact circumstances of that lady's fall, etc., but I'm going to say it again: know your limit, stay within it. I know when I start stumbling over tree roots, I have to stop and have a drink of water. Yeah. Whew. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right here. Drink of water. Right, water break over, rehydrate. Now I can see there's a lot of path activity that way. Don't want to go that way. That I suspect it's back out to a different area I don't want to go to. Oh, that breeze is nice. So again, arch your back, let the breeze blow up your t-shirt. Oh, that feels good. Because your back's all damp and yucky, right? And I can tell you now, you blow air across it, you cool down real fast. So, yes. Definitely want to wear good boots up here, that's for sure. This is not a hiking flip-flops and Lululemons walk, that's for bloody sure. I see people out there in the mountains like that all the time. I know the girls like to go along and they like to be hip and trendy and look at me, my spray on Lululemons and well, like these tiny little shorts. I saw a girl the other day in shorts out in the mountains, the kind of things that a woman would sleep in, you know, just like these little like pajama shorts, I don't know what you'd call them anyway. And she had like tiny little sandal flip-floppy things on, no leg protection. She's in tick country, no leg protection and a t-shirt, and that is all she was wearing. You could tell that's all she was wearing because it was basically see-through. And I'm like, and you're out hiking in the mountains like that? Jesus Christ, girl. She looked like she just got up, literally looked like she just got up. And I'm like, really? Got up, threw her flip-flops on and headed to the mountains. That's exactly what it looked like. No water bottle, no belt, no backpack, no nothing. Yeah. Carrying her cell phone, of course, which was something. I'll give her that. At least she had a cell phone with her. Yeah. But that was it. Heading out into the mountains dressed like that. Like, really, people? No hell. Yeah. You get bit by the wrong tick. I mean, that's a life-altering decision right there. You know, you can get into big trouble really fast. So, yeah. Yep. Get stuck somewhere, twist her ankle, no water. Now what? Well, I've got my cell phone, I can call for help. And you find yourself in a situation where there is no cell phone. Most of the places I go out in the mountains, there is no cell phone coverage out there at all. Unless you've got a sat phone, that is it. There is no coverage. Yeah. So, know your limits, stay within it. And I can tell you now, this part back here, stop at that bench. If you get to that bench, my suggestion would be stop there at the bench. That is the best part of this trail, is up to there. And then everything beyond that is a little sketchy. Yeah. Yeah, definitely wouldn't go any further than that. I've been there now, no desire to go there again. Some trails around here, some other ones that go off to the sides and off up through this way I might explore. I will look on the maps when I get home. I figured this would be pretty much an out and back walk, which it kind of is the way I'm coming. See, da-da-da-da, cute. That'll be the crossing, I guess, up at Haskayne Park. There's a new train crossing there at Haskayne Park. I'll bet you that's where that train was, up there. Yeah. That's quite a nice park down through there, the new park, Haskayne Park. The only thing I would say with Haskayne is it needs a little shade. There ain't much shade. See, look, there's loads of paths that go off up through here, and down through that way, and God knows where they go. So I will explore those at some stage. Oh. At least with the tree roots, it's like having steps. So you get to here, there's obviously a path goes that way. Where's the power lines? Okay, so I suspect that goes that way and back up the other side of the power lines. So I don't want to go that way, I want to go this way. Also, here's a trick for you if you're out during the day. Be careful of following the sun, because you will go around in a big circle. Yeah. People psychologically see the sun in a corner and they think, oh yeah, the sun was over there, the sun was over there. The sun moves lots. So there's loads of little paths that go off like places like this. They probably go to little corners and places where you can sit and look out or whatever, which is great. Right, I'm pretty certain when I came, I came that way, so I'm going to go this way on the way back. Yeah. Ooh, that looks a lot steeper than the other way. Oh well, I've decided now. Yes, might be able to turn this into a bit of a loop. Oh crap, definitely. Like I say though, got to gain the elevation. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, I'm going to put this away till I get to the top. Need 2 hands for this one. Okay. Bugger, that's a steep bit of hill. Yeah, so this is what's at the top. It does have a fence here, so respect the fence, and there is a sign saying there, stay out because cameras. But, I will head up here a bit, and what I want is to head off left. So there is a fence here, so respect the fence. Whew, Batman. Yeah, that bit's steep. Wow. Yeah. Holy crap, locations. Yeah. I need to head off to my left. I'm heading straight into the sun now. As I was just saying about navigating with the sun. Be careful, because I need to go left. But I won't know at the top of the hill if I don't go there and look. It's my philosophy. Another set of power poles. Oh. Steep up in here. Wow. Yeah. Gained some elevation up here, didn't I just? Holy smokes. Yeah, that bit down there is steep. Yeah. Whew. Gate there. Gate goes somewhere. No idea where. Holy crap. I suspect the gate is for the power companies, so they can get in and out of there, I guess. Oh, a nice bit of aspen forest. I like aspen. Always sounds good. Slightest breeze. Oh yeah. See, the bottom part of that hill was all great big conifers. This is, listen to that. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Oh yeah. No clue where this goes, but it does kind of go back in the direction I want it to. So I'll kind of go this way. Oh yeah, this is pleasant. This was worth the walk up here. It's bloody steep to get up to this bit, but this is really nice. Oh yeah. The bottom bit, I would say, is a lot more undulations. I think I'm walking along the top of the ridgy bit here. The bit I came up right past that family, what have you, that was very much up and down. This is flatter. So although I gained all that elevation back there, there's a trail goes that way. As long as I know that trail has to go down to the one that I came in on. So go in the right direction. At some stage here, I need to be more off left. Yeah, this is obviously just following the fence line around. Yeah. Well, this is very pleasant, this piece. Yeah, it was worth the hassle getting up that hill, I tell you. Yeah, ooh, conifers again. Coming back into the pines. Nice, 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 nice. I can tell you now, what I was looking for was a nice shady walk. I did another litter pick with a friend of mine around Shoaldice Park last night. Another 2 buckets of crap out of Shoaldice. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's loads of pathways up through here. That's better, swinging round a bit. Back to the fence. Canada Olympic Park right in the distance there, on top of the hill. Eddie the Eagle ski jump and all that. Right, well, I guess I'm turning left. This is exactly the direction I needed to go, so well done. All this stuff that you see here, all this kind of brush and all that out there, that's honeysuckle. So if you come up here at the right time, the scent from the honeysuckle is just amazing. When it's in flower season, love the smell of honeysuckle. Something I have been looking for. I was out in the mountains yesterday and I didn't see much in the way of berries. And I was talking to Matt, and he was up at Abram Lakeway, and he didn't see many berries either. And I've been looking at all the bushes that I should be able to see berries on out here, but I can't see many. Yeah. I wonder if because we had that incredibly wet June, I wonder if that basically knackered the berry crop for this year. In which case the bears are going to be pretty upset. Yeah. They rely on the berries to fatten themselves up for the winter. And they can eat a vast amount of them. Like serious amounts. Okay, so if you come along here and you're in any doubt as to whether to walk up that piece of hill by the red and white poles, do it, because this walk down through here, through the aspens, bloody lovely. Yeah, look at this. I know I can hear the traffic off to the side and all that kind of stuff, but wow. And this is within the city of Calgary. You know, this is part of the city of Calgary. Yeah. Some of my videos that I've done, people say, "Oh, where is that place? Is that in the middle of nowhere?" I said, "No, this is Calgary. This is the city." Dale Hodges Park, for instance, somebody asked me where that was, and they live in Calgary. You know, Dale Hodges Park is a really nice walk, and it's flat. Yeah. Oh dear. Right, well, this is going to go on for a bit down through here, so I'll switch this off until I get to something a little different. Right, out through the trees a little bit there, back on top of a hill. You can see off in the distance there. Yeah. Wow. This is an unexpected surprise, actually. Yeah, very nice indeed. Yeah. Starting to descend a bit, which is always nice. This piece along the top, once you come up by those red and white poles, the piece along the top is, for all intents and purposes, flat. Yeah, this is the first bit of hill that I've seen, and this is downhill, so I'll take this. Yeah, it does seem to be following this fence, so I'm not sure what that area fence is off, but it is well fenced. So, yeah. Don't know if it's farmland or what it is in there. It doesn't look like it's grazed. So, oh, 2 paths. two paths. Huh. Now I know the woodland in here can kind of split up, so I'm going to turn left to get myself down a little bit closer to where I think I need to be. Yeah. And this goes back into the bigger trees, and I know when I started this trail I was in the bigger trees, so, and they seem to be this way, so I will go this way. It looks like the kids have been doing the bike jumps here, look. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, in the obligatory tree house. Yeah. Decking looks a little rot up there. I don't think I'd want to sit up on that. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got some banked corners down here and all kinds, eh? Right, so let's head across this way. Oh yeah, it looks like they've put in some jumps and stuff. That looks like that goes around that corner. That looks like a banked corner. Oh yeah, there's some more down in there. Hey, this is pretty cool. Didn't know this was here. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, this is obviously the mountain biking brigade. Yeah. Oh yeah, nice. Nice. So yeah, down through there, some nice jumps, nice little bit there. Big bloody hole there. Yeah. I know this is heading more back in the direction I need to be, so I'll go this way rather than along the top, because I think the piece along the top would take me a bit too far out north of where I parked, in which case I'd have to walk all the way back through the community, and I really don't want to do that. I think I need to go that way. Yeah. So that's the way I will go. Oh yeah, they've made lots of jumps in here. Yeah. People often ask me, do I ever get lost? And I always say to them, I don't always know where I am, but I never get lost. Oh, another tree house. That one looks a bit more substantial than the last one. Yeah. What does that say? Yeah, treehouse over there. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather the kids be outdoors doing that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Bit of a ladder up there and everything. Look. Oh, one big chunk of rock. Yeah, so they got a ladder up in there. Yeah. Yes. Well, that's pretty cool. Nicely done. Yeah. Yes, I remember building those when I was a kid. Pretty cool. Somebody made a nice job of that. Yeah. Either way, yeah. Have a nice day. Perfect. Right, I just spotted some more garbage, and I don't know if I have any more pockets. Let me see what I've got for pockets. See if I can get rid of some of this garbage. Right, so back into the nice aspens again. Oh my god. Whew. My pockets are full. I'm creaking and making all kinds of noises here. Yeah. But I'll take the breeze. If nothing else, I've had an amazing walk. I found some amazing places. Picked up more garbage than I thought I was going to find. Oh, hang on. Found another bridge. I wonder if this bridge crosses the same creek that I crossed earlier down that way. Yeah, see there's another creek here. Yeah, I'm willing to bet you I need to be the other side of there. I wonder if there is a pathway along the bottom there. Yeah, I'm willing to bet you this is the same creek that I crossed down there. I'll bet you there's another bridge down there. Yep, this creek looks like the right dimensions and the right flow rate. Yeah, to where I was before. So if I turn right here somewhere, I should find that bridge that I came in on. Yeah, down through here somewhere. Has to be the way I came in. Yeah. I need to turn right here somewhere. Yeah, see a slightly bigger trail. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah. Well, it pays to learn to navigate. Yeah. People always use their GPS and all that kind of stuff, but learn to read the land. That little gully that went up through there was the right size creek, and I knew I should have been crossing that creek. But the creek, it's going to sound stupid, the creek was smaller there than it is here. Therefore, I knew I needed to come this way. Ta-da! There we go. Perfect. I have a choice now, left or right. I think I came left, so I will go right. So that other bridge is the other side of this hill. Okay, yeah, so if I'd gone over that little bridge, I'd have probably come out there. Nice. So I must be almost back to where I parked. Gotta be. Have to be. I've travelled the right distance and the topography is correct. So somewhere here I should be coming back into the houses. Oh, hang on. I see mowed grass. There we go. Houses. Yeah. Houses and people. Perfect. Right. Well, I'm now back to where I started. Pockets full of garbage. And I'm going to head back that way. That's where I parked. Right. On I go. Over there.